Hello, how are you? I am back again, and today I thought I would do a quick video about my Jo Malone collection. Now I have a feeling I'm saying the word quick, but I don't think it's gonna be. There's quite a lot to get through here, and I have a lot of thoughts and feelings when it comes to the brand. So yeah, I don't know, I just kind of went around my office picking up bottles and went into my bathroom and went into my my chest of drawers, and I just kind of grabbed a load, but I think there's more. Quite frankly, there is more. I just was like, these ones, I'm gonna grab these ones. And yeah, I just thought it was time to have a chat, and I figured I'd just kind of talk about them and talk about the sizes, quality, fragrance combining, everything. Like, there's so much to chat about, so I think I'm just gonna freestyle. I've got no notes. I'm just gonna get in there and have a good old chat, because I've literally been wearing Jo Malone perfumes 10 years now, avidly. But yeah, I got my first ever Jo Malone bath oil for like my 16th birthday, so I have been a long time user of the brand. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of get in there, pick things up, have a chat, and hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. So this is gonna be a pretty epic video, I think. There's gonna be a lot to talk about, but hopefully it'll give you kind of a good indication of like some of my favorites, and also like what to buy, and hopefully a little inspiration and a little bit of a geek out. Quite frankly, there's gonna be a lot of geeking out in this video. So the first thing I'm gonna go for is this box down here, which is probably the newest addition to my collection. This is some perfumes I did a video on the other day. They are the Blossom Collection perfumes. This is Red Hibiscus, which is quite a sweet, sexy kind of red fragrance. It's actually a cologne intense, which is the first time they've ever done a Blossom cologne intense. They do the blossoms every single spring, I'm sure you know that. But yeah, every single spring they come out with a Blossom collection. Sometimes there's new blossoms like this one. Sometimes there's old blossoms, re-releases, that kind of thing. This one is really pretty. It's kind of like a sweet, sexy thing. It's really pretty. Personally, I like to knock down the sweetness a little bit with something a little bit more dry, earthy, smoky. Make it a little bit more unisex. So that is the first one. And then I also have Yellow Hibiscus, which came from the same collection. This one's a lot more like fruity, floral, light, pretty. It's very pretty. Too pretty for me. So again, I like to edge this one up a little bit, but it's really fun and pretty. I think they're both quite youthful fragrances as well, but they are the latest addition to both my collection and also the Jo Malone collection. There is 2 more fragrances in the Blossom collection. Nashi Blossom and one more, Fragpani. Nashi Blossom I would probably say is my favorite. That's a re-release from a few years ago, and it's just perfect. I love it. So yeah, it's a lovely, lovely, lovely blossom. I also love Orange Blossom. That's also beautiful. So they are the first ones I wanted to chat about, and then I'm just gonna dive in. I've got a load on the side here. I'm gonna have a chat. So the first thing I've picked up is the Blackberry and Bay shower oil. I love a shower oil. I feel like shower oils are still a little bit like, people aren't quite sure what to do with them. They kind of cleanse, they kind of moisturize, they kind of hydrate, they kind of scent. They're just really beautiful. You can use them in a variety of ways. You can use them as like almost a double cleanse, kind of like a soothing, moisturizing kind of finish to the shower, or you can literally use it on its own. I think they're absolutely lovely. You can also use them in the bath. They're just beautiful, and they're just so luxurious. I would say if you're going to buy one product, just one from the Jo Malone Bath and Body collection, I think my ultimate Bath and Body product from Jo Malone has to be the Red Roses bath oil. It's incredible. Like, it's so good. It's so beautiful. It's so fresh and rosy and just super opulent, super beautiful, super just so delightful, so balancing. Oh, I love it. It's amazing. But yeah, the Blackberry and Bay shower oil is also gorgeous. All the shower oils are beautiful. All the bath oils are also beautiful. I like the lotions, I like the body butters, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm all about an oil. I love a bath oil, love a shower oil. And I also really enjoy the soaps. They're a little bit more affordable. They're like £14 each. I think they make a great gift, and I just like buying them for myself as well as a little treat. So yeah, that is the first one I wanted to talk about, but I would definitely say look out for the Red Roses bath oil, because that is sublime. Like, it's like the ultimate gift, I think, as well. So yeah. What do I want to talk about next? I'm gonna go for this. What is it? Jo Malone Velvet Rose and Oud. I love this, it's so good. I used to be all about the red roses, and then I just woke up one day and I was like, I want to get back in with the Velvet Rose and Oud, and I really love it. I think it's so good. There's just something about this perfume which I really love, and I used to think it was a little bit too sweet and a little bit too Turkish delight, and then I just felt like I needed it back in my life. And now I kind of love the sweetness and the Turkish delightness of it. And you can make it a little bit edgier by kind of putting something like myrrh and tonka with it to kind of make it a little bit more dark and edgy. But it does have a little bit of dark, mysterious smokiness to it. It's just really beautiful. Oh, I love it. I used to be all about the red roses, and now I'm really feeling the Velvet Rose and Oud. So I need to figure out which rose I prefer. It's a big decision for me. Anyway, Velvet Rose and Oud, absolutely love it. From the Cologne Intense collection, I would say the best Cologne Intenses are Velvet Rose and Oud, Dark Amber and Ginger Lily, and Myrrh and Tonka. They are like my power trio. They're like so good. But yeah, I love this one. I think it's beautiful, and yeah, it's just joyful. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, it's so good. What am I gonna go for next? Maybe another Cologne Intense. This is Dark Amber and Ginger Lily. This used to be my favorite Cologne Intense. I love it. It's really like dark and juicy. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I love this. I'm gonna spray some on here. I'm gonna walk out the room and my boyfriend's gonna be like, you smell like a lot. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's just like dark and juicy and like rich red fruits, and I don't know, it just gives me all the feels. I think it's so beautiful. Yeah, it's just really special. I don't think you need to combine this with anything. It's just perfect the way it is. I love the Cologne Intenses. They're just a little bit more intense and a little bit more complex, and I kind of need that in the winter. What have we got next? Oh, English Oak and Red Currant. I did a video about this recently. I really like it, but I didn't like it enough to buy the 100ml. Do you know what I mean? I think it's really special. I think it's really unique. It's a nice masculine fragrance, and I think it's a nice unisex fragrance. But I don't know. I kind of feel like I love it, but I don't think it lasts as well as some of the others. But I love it anyway, and I just felt like I needed it back in my life. But I didn't need 100ml. I needed a 30ml bottle. Do you know what I mean? Plus, also, who am I kidding? I was broke. I didn't want to be spending. I didn't want to be spending like £100. I wanted to be spending like half of that. So anyway, I love it though. It's beautiful, but it is more of an autumnal fragrance, which I think is again another reason why I wanted to go for the 30ml, just because I figured like during the summer I wouldn't want to wear it as much, but I kind of needed it for now. Do you know what I mean? I just had to have it. Anyway, what have I got next? Oh, another Cologne Intense. I swear to God, they're all Cologne Intenses that I'm putting my hands on. This is the Dark Amber and Ginger Lily Dry Body Oil. I've had this for a while, and it's really good actually. Sometimes I use this instead of perfume. Like, you can use it to layer up with a perfume, but actually I think it's so kind of heavily scented that actually it's just quite nice to wear on its own, especially like in the summer when it's quite warm and you don't want to wear a heavy perfume, but I don't know, you just want to wear a little something. And this in the sun is just really, really, really pretty. I think it's so beautiful, and it's also super hydrating. It's lovely. It's just so luxurious, and it's gorgeous after a bath as well, especially a red roses bath. Yeah, so I love this. I've got loads left actually, which is crazy because I feel like I wear this quite a lot, but I just think a little bit goes a long way, which is always good, especially with the Bath and Body products. If you like dark amber and ginger lily, but you find it quite intense and a little bit too rich, I would say either get the dry body oil and use that as like a perfume oil, or I would say just use a tiny amount and mix it with wood sage and sea salt to kind of make it a little bit more fresh and coastal. I know that a lot of people love dark amber and ginger lily, but they do find it a little bit intense and a little bit too potent. Personally, I love that about it, but if you do want to kind of knock it back a little bit, then that's a good way of doing it. Just a tiny amount, and blend it with wood sage and sea salt just to make it a little bit fresher, a little bit lighter, and a little bit more airy and coastal. Anyway, let's go on to the next one. Ooh, I might go for red roses. Yeah, I'm gonna go for red roses. So I'm gonna put this on over the rose and oud. Oh, that's good. It kind of freshens up the rose and gives it like a little bit of a, yeah, like the lemon comes out more in this when you combine it with the velvet rose and oud. Oh, that's good. Oh, I love a Jo Malone rose. They do roses really, really well. Oh, that's beautiful. It kind of like makes velvet rose and oud kind of fresher and kind of like gives it a twist of lemon, but then it makes red roses like a little bit more mysterious and deep. That's a good combo. I love that one. Anyway, I love red roses. I think it's beeswax, rose, a hint of green leaves and lemon. And you really get the lemon when you layer it with velvet rose and oud, which is really nice. I don't normally spot the lemon as much. Anyway, I love this perfume. I think it's probably my favorite ever Jo Malone perfume. I just think it's so beautiful and it lasts so well, and it's so pretty. You can also blend this one with Blackberry and Bay, which is a really good combination. You can combine it, I think, with Wild Fig and Cassis to kind of give it a little bit more green. You can also combine it with Myrrh and Tonka, but everything combines beautifully with Myrrh and Tonka. Myrrh and Tonka is a really good fragrance for combining, as is wood sage and sea salt. If in doubt, just combine everything with one of those two. It makes it so easy. Also, on that note, we haven't really talked about how to fragrance combine. Just gonna touch on this quickly. You can either spray 2 different perfumes and layer them on top. I would say always layer the heavier one first and the lighter one second. Or you can layer up the Bath and Body products. So for instance, the dark amber and ginger lily, you could wear the body oil and then you could mist some cologne over the top, maybe red roses, and that might be a nice combination. Or you can spray, this is crazy, but you can spray different parts of your body with like different perfumes. So you could spray, for instance, a little bit of like red roses in your hair, so that like when you swish your hair you get like a hint of red roses. Oh, it works so well. But then you could spray your body with like, I don't know, Myrrh and Tonka, who knows? So you kind of get like your body smells of one but your hair smells of another, and it kind of, they mingle together, which is really nice. Or I heard a tip from one of the fragrance ambassadors at Jo Malone, Emma Jane South. For a second I was like, oh, what's her name? And she said that you can spray one perfume on your front like this. I'm gonna smell so much perfume. And then you can get another perfume and spritz your back with a different perfume. So you kind of have like this weird half and half kind of situation. And I thought that was pretty cool as well. No, you can either layer up Bath and Body products of the same fragrances to make that one fragrance a little bit richer and deeper and last longer. You can do the same thing, Bath and Body and then cologne, but different fragrances. Or you can experiment with like spraying one in your hair, one on your body, or one on the front of you, one on the back of you, that kind of thing. You can just kind of have a bit of fun, but do kind of think about which 2 fragrances you want to combine and what you're trying to kind of get out of the perfume. Like for instance, like red roses, I love because it's so fresh and it's got a little bit of greenness and it's got a little bit of lemon, but like, what do you want that to kind of feel like? Do you want it to kind of feel a bit more dark and smoky? And therefore something like Myrrh and Tonka would be beautiful. Or do you want it to kind of be a little bit more autumnal and leafy and woodlandy, and then you could mix it with, say, blackberry and bay? Like, it's just kind of figuring out where you want to take the perfume. And also, most Jo Malone perfumes smell good with most other Jo Malone perfumes. You can't really go wrong. It's just a really fun game. It's a good way to spend your time. Anyway, that is the next one, Red Roses. This is my personal ride or die. I absolutely love it. I also love Wild Fig and Cassis, and I really need to buy myself a new bottle of that because I've run out, and I keep meaning to buy it and I just haven't done yet, so I really need to indulge super soon. Which other ones do I need to buy soon? I feel like I've got a bit of a shopping list going on. I need to buy a new bottle of Myrrh and Tonka. I've run out of that too. And that's the problem with Myrrh and Tonka. I get through it so quickly because I combine it with so much. And then there's one more I really wanted to buy as well. I can't remember. By the way, I can like smell myself and I smell really good. I smell like red roses, dark amber and ginger lily, a little bit of lime basil mandarin, like just a hint, and also velvet rose and oud. And it's like, it's an experience. I'm just saying, it's an experience. Anyway, I can't spray anymore. Do not let me spray anymore because it'll be too much. Okay, next one I grabbed is actually lime basil mandarin. This is the one that I spritzed a second ago on my back. This used to be the most like signature scent from the brand. Like, this was the one that they were known for. This is one that Jo herself created, and it's really beautiful. It's kind of like peppery and fresh and limey and basil and mandarin-y, and it's just this beautiful, elegant, fresh citrus perfume. I would say it's quite a mature citrus. A lot of citruses are quite young and sweet. This is a lot more like peppery and spicy and beautiful, and it also lasts really, really well. I'd say it's one of the best lasting citrus perfumes I know. It's beautiful. The only criticism I have for this perfume is that it's so well known. Like, it's so well known, it's so iconic. It's probably one of the most iconic fragrances of our era. I would say it's like this generation's version of Chanel No. 5. It's so well known, it's so beautiful, it's so iconic, it's so, I don't know, it's so elegant and classy and lovely, and it's just, I don't know, it's just such a beautiful symbol of, I don't know, modern fragrance. And it's so beautifully done, it's so lovely and classy and classic, and it's beautiful, and it does kind of remind me a little bit more like of a Chanel No. 5 for a new generation. Although I love Chanel No. 5. I think it's perfect for everybody. I think it's just the most beautiful classic fragrance ever. But it, like, there is similarities to that. It just feels as iconic but more new. Do you know what I mean? Like, more new, like a new generation. Chanel No. 5 for a new generation. I'm really rambling on, I'm so sorry. But it's like, for me, lime basil mandarin is like that iconic. But my only criticism is it's so well known, like everybody knows it, and it's so beautiful. But it's like, there's no mystery there, do you know what I mean? Like, it's no kind of like, what are you wearing? It's like, oh, I know you're wearing lime basil mandarin, you smell amazing. So the one thing I would say about lime basil mandarin is love it, enjoy it, use it, wear it. It's perfect, it's fabulous. But I personally think combine it with something, because it would just make it feel a little bit more you and a little bit more unique and special. And it just, I don't know, I think it's beautiful, but I think if you combine it with something else, something maybe a little bit more woodsy or even fresher, like it goes really well with grapefruit. I think if you combine it with something else, you just make it a little bit more you and original and unique. And I think because it's so iconic, it kind of needs just a little personal twist to make it feel a little bit more you. Do you know what I mean? Is that just me? Am I really overthinking my fragrance collection here? But I think it's beautiful and I think it's perfect, and yeah, I think it's wonderful. It's just almost too iconic at this point. So I would say if you have it and you love it, like maybe just try combining it with a few things. Again, wood sage and sea salt, it's beautiful with, I love it with grapefruit. You can make it a little bit more mysterious with something like Myrrh and Tonka. It goes really well with, I think it was like incense and cedrat as well, which I feel like they've discontinued. You could maybe try it with something like the fig and lotus flower. It might be quite nice with, to kind of make it a little bit more green and add to the basil. Or actually it works really well with basil and neroli as well. God, I really need to buy a new bottle of basil and neroli. I forgot how good that one is. Oh, so much to spend my money on. Okay, so that's lime basil mandarin. And then, oh, here's another iconic one. This is pomegranate noir. Now this is one that my boyfriend actually bought for himself, and I slowly siphoned it away. This one is amazing. It's another iconic fragrance of the collection. I would say the most iconic fragrances are pomegranate noir, lime basil mandarin, English pear and freesia, peony and blush suede. That's very, very popular. I don't love it though. I find it a little bit pink, and I find it a little bit more youthful. It's really pretty, it's just not for me. But it is very, very well loved. English pear and freesia I also feel is absolutely beautiful, but it's not quite for me. It's beautiful in high summer, but I don't know, I kind of feel like English pear and freesia is one that I buy as a gift, but not a gift to myself. I think I like something a little bit richer and deeper and darker and a little bit more unisex as well. Anyway, pomegranate noir is kind of in that top 5 most iconic. I'd also put wood sage and sea salt as one of the most iconic as well. That really broke boundaries with like the no fragrance and it was very masculine and feminine and beautiful and coastal, and it really invokes a whole spirit, but also it's a really great combiner, so it's a true icon of the collection. But yes, pomegranate noir is an icon as well. It's beautiful, it's quite masculine, it's quite feminine, it's like dark berries, it's a little bit Christmassy, it's a little bit wintry, and it's also quite alternative? No, it's autumnal. Oh, I love it. It's so beautiful. It's kind of dark and rich and mysterious and woodlandy, but it's also quite like delicious red berries. It's not too sweet, it's not too dark, it's kind of uplifting, but it's not too like fun and flirty, do you know what I mean? Like it's just a perfect mix of joy and mysteriousness and Jo Maloney-ness. That's a verb, by the way. Anyway, next one I want to talk about is a little bottle. Yes, this is Oud and Bergamot. I bought this one recently, actually. I bought it because I wanted to try it again, because I used to love Oud and Bergamot, and I was a bit like, which one do I want to rebuy? Do I want to rebuy Oud and Bergamot, or do I want to rebuy Velvet Rose and Oud? And actually I realised I don't love Oud and Bergamot anymore. I used to love it. I used to think it was one of the best cologne intensives, and I don't know, maybe it was just me, how I was feeling, but it wasn't bringing me up as much as I felt like it was going to, whereas Velvet Rose and Oud like made me feel spectacular. Like, I don't know, Oud and Bergamot just didn't have the same feel to me anymore. Maybe it's like a lockdown thing, I don't know, but it wasn't giving me as many feels as I felt like it would. I do still love it as a home candle, but as a personal fragrance, I don't know, it wasn't hitting the mark for me anymore. So I'm glad I got just a tiny little bottle so I could retry it. It's kind of like when you dye your hair and you need to do a patch test. And even though like when you dyed it like a year ago, you didn't react to the hair dye, you just need to do another patch test anyway. It's a bit like that. I kind of needed to do a patch test, but for this perfume, and it wasn't getting me like it used to. So I'm kind of glad I got a little bottle, because if I'd wasted like £130 on it, I might be a bit disappointed. Whew, okay, I think that's gonna be my last one, and then I'll hopefully do a part 2 soon. But my next one that I want to talk about is another true favorite of mine. I love it. I think it's iconic. I think it is like one of the greatest perfumes that they've made for years. I think they nailed it with this one. It was a limited edition they did a few years ago, and then they brought it back, and honestly, I think it's phenomenal. I think it's so beautiful. It's poppy and barley. I think it's perfect. They did do Scarlet Poppy recently, which I liked, but I didn't like as much. There's something about this one. It's quite dry. It's quite wild. It's quite earthy. It's got this beautiful kind of brown cereal, a kind of dry earthy note, which I love. It reminds me a little bit of vetiver, which I love vetiver. Oh, there's a golden vetiver. Where is that? I need to check my boyfriend's bedside table. I think he's hidden a few from me. I think he knows I took pomegranate noir and he's taken some from me. I'm just saying, because I definitely had it was called like golden vetiver or something, or vetiver and golden something. It was beautiful. I don't know where it's gone. Damn it, where is it? I need to find that. See, this is the problem when you have as many perfumes as I do. They go missing from my boyfriend. Anyway, yeah, it's quite a dry, earthy perfume. I think it's beautiful. I personally prefer it to Scarlet Poppy because I just think it's a little bit more wild and exciting, and it's a little bit like, it's a little less flirty and sexy, and I like my perfumes not too flirty and sexy because I don't feel like a flirty sexy person, so I don't want to smell like a flirty sexy person. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind smelling like a romantic person, but I don't want to smell like a sexy perfume person. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's my own my own insecurities about who I am. But yeah, I like this one better because I just think it's so beautiful and so earthy, and I love the cerealiness, and it's so unique and original, and I just think it's perfect. But yeah, I love Poppy and Barley. Oh, I think it's like majestic. It's got a lot of hits of rose in, which I love. Like, Jo Malone do such a good rose, and there's quite a lot of rose in this one, but there's also kind of some other things. I think there's some violet. I think there might be a hint of fig. I love a fig note. And I think there's like quite a lot of cereally notes in there, and it's quite solar. It's quite dry and earthy, and almost quite like end of day. Like if you go for a walk when the sun is setting, parched earth. It's very beautiful. It's very, very, very beautiful. I'm wearing so much perfume. It's kind of amazing, but also like it might be too much. Anyway, I love, love, love this one. I think this is one of the best fragrances they've ever made. I personally would have it in my top 5. In my top 5, actually, I would have Red Roses, Pomegranate Noir, Wild Fig and Cassis, Poppy and Barley, and then maybe Dark Amber and Ginger Lily. It's a really tough choice. And then after that, I think I'd go Lime Basil Mandarin. Wood Sage and Sea Salt is pretty special, especially for combining. Meringue Tonka is pretty amazing. Kind of love Orange Blossom. I didn't used to be into Orange Blossom, now I am. Oh, there's so many good ones. And then there's ones that I really, oh, Wild Bluebells. Oh, I love Wild Bluebells. Where's my bottle of Wild Bluebells? This is reminding me how, sorry, I talked so much that my camera cut off because it thought I was like done. I'm not done. Sorry about that. Anyway, this making me realize how many perfumes I have, and also I don't know where they are right now. Yeah, I really need to have a proper rummage around, don't I? Anyway, Wild Bluebells is also beautiful. I think it's really like vintagey and special. I would say it's a good combiner though, because otherwise I think it's a little bit too delicate for me. I love Velvet Rose and Oud. I think that's beautiful. I loved Incense and Cedrat, which has since been discontinued. God, there's so many good ones. So many good ones. And also I love, love, love when they do the, is it spring? They do a gardens collection, and they do a charity garden candle. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. But it's like a charity candle. They do it every year, and they've done like different versions of flowers, and they do it in special pots, and it's really beautiful. Oh, Green Tomato is a great candle. Sorry, just wanted to throw that in. I think it's called like Green Tomatoes. I think that's what it's called. It's a really good one. But yeah, they've done these like charity candles which are like flower garden themed. They're beautiful. I think there's like a violet one, like iris and violet or something. I can't remember, but it's really good. Oh God, I really need to go shopping. You know, when you're like, I really want to like, I really want to buy some stuff. Like, I really want to like indulge. I also feel like I could be due a bottle of grapefruit soon. I feel like grapefruit would be just good for me this summer. Like, I feel like it would give me bright, sunshiny vibes that I need. I love the grapefruit. Grapefruit's a really unexpected like fragrance note, and I love it. It's citrus with a bang. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's quite like poppin' and unusual, and I love it. Anyway, I have talked so much. Is anybody still here? Like, let me know. I don't think anybody's gonna make it this far into the video. Also, the diffusers are really good. I would say the diffusers are amazing for yourself, and then I would say the candles are probably a better gift. But I love having the diffusers because they really do fill a room, and you get this kind of like occasional whiff, and it's just, oh, I love them. And I do think they're really good value for money because they last like literally 3 to 6 months, if not longer, and you can put more or less reeds on, so you can kind of figure out what works better for you in that space. Like, if you're using it in a tiny bathroom, you might only want to put like 3 reeds in, whereas if you're using it in a bigger living room, you might want to put like all the reeds in. Like, it's kind of fun. You can experiment with the intensity that way. Anyway, I have talked so much. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I hope that's of help. I'm gonna go have a rummage around and see where some of my other ones are, because I know I've got more, and I feel like they're just scattered around my house. There's probably some at my mum's house. I think there's some in my boyfriend's drawers. I need to go figure it out. Anyway, that's my video. I hope you like it. I hope it was fun. I don't know, I hope it was just a fun little perfume chat. Anyway, if you're still here, say hi. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again soon. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.